The second model in Triumph's new TR series range of single-cylinder bikes might share a platform with the entry-level Speed 400, but it adds an on-point Scrambler style that's likely to make it the bigger seller of the pair. Called the Scrambler 400X, it shares the same all-new 398cc single-cylinder engine, as well as borrowing the Speed 400 3/4-gallon tank and side panels. But it's more than just a set of wheels and longer fork. Triumph has tweaked the frame design to suit the Scrambler and changed the seat bars and pegs to give a distinct stance and riding position. The result is a bike that manages to carve a distinct niche as a retro-styled alternative to modern mini-adventure models like BMW's G310 GS and even KTM's 390 Adventure. Let's start with what's shared across the new TR series range. The engine is a DOHC 4-valve single with finger followers to reduce valve train inertia and a reverse rotating balancer shaft to reduce vibrations, kicking out 39 5-horsepower at 8,000 revolutions per minute and 27 7-pound-feet of torque at 6,500 revolutions per minute. It's in the same state of tune as the Speed 400. Power is driven though the same assist and slipper clutch and 6-speed box, but with a revised final drive ratio to suit the larger diameter of the higher profile rear tire. As on the Speed 400, there's switchable traction control and a long 10,000-mile service interval. Not that it's a serious off-roader, but there are nods to dirt road use, including more travel from the suspension. There's 5.9 inches of stroke front and rear increases of 0.4 inch and 0.8 inch, respectively, compared to the Speed 400. Triumph also fit the 400X with different wheels and with a 19-inch front instead of the Roadster's 17-incher. Slightly chunky tread means the Metzeler Karoo Street tires will cope with loose surfaces, but they're named Street for a reason. Elsewhere, the addition of handguards, a grille over the headlight, a bash guard under the engine, and a radiator protector conspire to tick all the right Scrambler boxes. There's a different end can on the exhaust, but unlike the Scrambler 900 and Scrambler 1200 models, the Scrambler 400X doesn't get a high-level exhaust wrapping around the side of the engine. That's because it has the same hidden main muffler and catalytic converter under the engine as the Speed 400. The frame, described as a hybrid spine perimeter design like that of the Speed 400, is stretched by around an inch at the steering head. Along with the longer travel suspension and bigger front wheel, it adds 1/6 inches to the wheelbase, taking it to 55.8 inches, but the rake is steeper than the Speed 400, cut from 24.6 degrees to 23.2 degrees. The bars are wider and taller, and the footpegs are lower, farther forward and more broadly spaced, as well as being made of steel instead of aluminum and gaining removable rubber inserts. Inevitably, the taller suspension increases the seat height, but at 32.8 inches it's still low enough to be suitable for most riders. Weight is also increased compared to the Speed 400, but only by 20 pounds for a total of 395 pounds with a full tank of fuel. There's more sharing when it comes to the brakes. The Scrambler 400X by Brie 4-piston radial front caliper is the same as the Speed 400, but it acts on a larger 320mm disc instead of the Roadster's 300mm version. The rear brake is identical with a 230mm rotor and single-piston caliper. In case you venture off-road, the Scrambler 400X abs can be switched off, unlike the system on the Speed 400. The entire TR series project is a joint effort between Triumph and Indian brand Bajaj, a partnership that was announced back in August 2017. That's an indication of the level of work that's gone into the new models, which hold the promise of making the brand accessible to whole swaths of riders who wouldn't previously have been shopping for a Triumph. That includes young and inexperienced riders in markets like Europe and the USA, while in Asia and India, the new 400s will be positioned as mainstream offerings for experienced motorcyclists.